Let's get straight to the point. Number 8, the excuses are for losers syndrome. Look, your bank account doesn't care about your valid reasons for being broke, and neither does the cold, hard reality of math. Stop blaming the global economy, your boss, or the tragic fact that your parents didn't gift you a small loan of $1 million. Science calls this an external locus of control, a psychological trap where you've convinced yourself that life happens to you instead of by you. If you're currently nodding along while whispering, "But rent is high," congratulations, you've mastered the art of being a professional victim. The reality is, if you've stopped whining and started looking at your spending habits like a forensic accountant investigating a crime scene, you're already light years ahead. It's called the ownership mindset. When you stop asking "why me" and start asking "how do I fix this," your brain literally switches from passive observation to active problem solving. Neuroplasticity proves we can rewire these defeatist neural pathways. If you've traded your poor me stories for a budget spreadsheet, you're secretly building a financial fortress while everyone else builds sandcastles of debt. Own your mess, or it will own you for life.
Number 7. The Hedonic Treadmill Immunity Challenge. Did you get a 15% raise just to hand it to a car dealer for a vehicle that depreciates faster than your dignity after 3 shots? If your income went up but your spending stayed the same, you've developed immunity to lifestyle creep. This isn't just self-control, it's a victory against the hedonic treadmill. Science confirms humans have a happiness set point. That new espresso machine gives you a dopamine hit for 3 days before it's just another dusty appliance. Real wealth builders know a $10,000 bonus isn't a license for useless junk, it's fuel for your freedom machine. Most people are income rich but asset poor, acting like fancy hamsters running on a gold-plated wheel. By refusing to inflate your expenses, you are literally buying your future self out of corporate slavery. It's not about being cheap, it's about realizing status symbols are just heavy anchors. If your lifestyle hasn't changed but your net worth has exploded, you're winning. Stop being a slave to appearances.
Number 6. The comparison is a disease cure. Do you see your neighbor's brand new SUV and feel a burning urge to set your own life on fire just to match them? If not, you've cured your social comparison bias. Humans are biologically hardwired for status, an evolutionary leftover from when being at the bottom of the tribe meant you were the first to be eaten by a tiger. In 2026, the only thing eating you is a 9% interest rate on a car loan you didn't need. When you stop looking at Instagram influencers, who are usually one missed payment away from a cardboard box, and start looking at your net worth, you've achieved liberation. Science suggests relative deprivation is a primary cause of misery. We don't care what we have, as long as it's more than the guy next door. If you can watch your friend flex a $2,000 watch while knowing your index fund grew by that amount while you slept, you've won. Wealth is what you don't see. The cars not bought and the debt not incurred. If your ego doesn't need an audience, your bank account will finally grow. Stop playing a game where the only prize is looking rich while being broke.
Number 5. The boring as hell financial autopilot. If you haven't checked your investment portfolio in months, congrats, you're likely richer than the guy day trading garbage coin in his basement. Most people treat their money like a poker game, full of adrenaline and predictably bad choices. But the science of compound interest is remarkably unsexy. It's like watching paint dry, except the paint eventually buys you a beach house. If your financial life has become background noise, you've successfully automated your success. Psychologically, decision fatigue is real. The more tiny choices you make about money daily, the more likely you are to snap and buy a jet ski on credit. By automating your savings, you've removed your impulsive lizard brain from the equation. While others obsess over market dips, you're busy living because your systems do the heavy lifting. Real wealth doesn't need a standing ovation. It requires being remarkably dull. If your strategy is so automated it's forgettable, you're finally mastering it. Let the machines work. Boring money creates an exciting life.
Number 4. The FU Money Security Blanket. You know that feeling when your car makes a noise like a blender full of gravel, and your first thought is, guess I'm selling a kidney? If that's not you, you've reached a level of financial zen most only see in movies. Having a liquid buffer, or FU money, is the ultimate psychological shield. While your neighbor is having a panic attack because his radiator exploded, you're just mildly annoyed about the Uber ride. Scientific research shows that financial scarcity lowers your effective IQ because your brain is too busy screaming about survival. This is called cognitive bandwidth depletion. When you have 6 months of expenses in a high-yield account, your cortisol levels stay low, even when the world gets weird. It's not about being a hoarder, it's about buying your sanity. Most people flex with watches. You flex with the ability to walk away from a toxic boss without checking your balance. If a $2,000 emergency is just a boring Tuesday for you, you're secretly rich. Peace of mind is the ultimate luxury, and it has no interest rate.
Number 3. The gap philosophy. Why your ego is expensive. Most people treat their paycheck like a ticking time bomb that must be diffused at the mall before Friday. If you've realized that your wealth is actually the distance between your ego and your income, welcome to the Gap Club. It's a simple mathematical reality. Wealth isn't what you earn, it's what you keep. Science points to Parkinson's law, which states that expenses typically rise to meet income. If you get a raise and immediately decide your life is suddenly unbearable without a $12 avocado toast habit, you're the law's favorite victim. The secret sign you're getting rich is that you view that unspent margin not as missing out, but as buying units of future freedom. While your coworkers are financing a lifestyle they can't afford to impress people they don't like, you're quietly stacking capital. Think of it as a financial moat. The wider the gap, the harder it is for life's nonsense to reach you. If you're living like you make 40% less than you do, you aren't being cheap, you're being a genius. You're building a mountain of options, while others build a mountain of debt. Keep the gap wide and the ego small.
Number 2. The time is money fallacy flip. If you've stopped trading your life force for pennies just to save a buck, you've finally understood the true currency of the universe: time. Most people act like they're immortal, spending 3 hours driving across town to save 4 cents on gas. That's not being frugal, that's being a mathematical illiterate. Science calls this time poverty, a state where the constant stress of busyness actually lowers your life satisfaction more than a low salary does. When you're secretly getting rich, you start viewing money as a tool to buy back your hours. You'd rather pay someone $100 to mow your lawn so you can spend that time with family or on a high-value project. This is the opportunity cost principle in action. While the poor Peters of the world are exhausted from doing everything themselves to save money, you're using your capital to create space. Real wealth isn't having a garage full of junk, it's having a calendar full of nothing. If you value your Sunday more than the $50 you'd save by suffering through a DIY nightmare, you've leveled up. Your money finally works for your schedule.
Number 1. The low time preference God mode. If you've realized that get rich quick is just code for lose your money fast, you've finally evolved past the mental capacity of a golden retriever. While the world chases the next AI-powered crypto dog coin, you're playing a game with a real winning strategy, the long game. Neurologically, this is your prefrontal cortex overriding your impulsive limbic system. It's the adult version of the marshmallow test. If you can wait for the second marshmallow or a decade of compound growth, you've already won. Real wealth is boring because it requires the one thing most people lack: absolute patience. Science shows that individuals with a low time preference consistently achieve higher net worths because they value their future self over a temporary dopamine hit today. If you're more excited about your 2035 projections than a 2026 tax refund, you're secretly rich. You aren't looking for a lottery ticket, you're building a machine. Most want the harvest without the planting. If you're okay with the silence of the growth phase, you've mastered the final boss of finance. Math beats luck every time. Keep planting.
If your brain didn't melt, hit like and subscribe. Share this with someone who thinks crypto is a retirement plan. We post daily to fix your broken logic and your bank account. Stay smart, stay boring, and stop being a financial disaster. See you tomorrow for more truth bombs.